beautiful, this is Joana Saahirah with another video inspired by dancers from all over the world. This one is about the importance of self-love in your dance and in your life. For the ones who don't know me yet, I'm a world-renowned Oriental dancer, teacher, choreographer, author, and also the creator of the pioneering Joana Saahirah's online dance school and Joana Saahirah's world, delivering authentic Egyptian dance, personal discovery, and empowerment. Now, let's go straight into our theme, self-love. Here's the first thing I gotta tell you. Without self-love, you're not gonna present yourself in your dance or in your life the best possible way. So the level of self-love you have for yourself will determine the way you present yourself to the world. May that be in your dance or in your life. Without self-love, you don't have the self-confidence, the self-awareness, the conviction, the strength, the passion, the self-respect to stand up for yourself and to shine in your dance and in your life. You're not going to make the best decisions. You're not going to choose the best relationships, the best teachers, the best venues for your development as a dancer and as a human being. You're gonna be your worst enemy all the time without even noticing. So self-love is not a luxury or something that you may or may not work on. I believe self-love is at the base of any kind of evolution in dance or in life. Now, let's also acknowledge you cannot give to others what you do not have for yourself. And it is very common to see us so focused on loving others, communicating our love to others, offering our feelings to others, being able to nurture and care and empower others. But we forget that if we don't do that for ourselves, we're not going to be able to do that for others. I can tell you, as a teacher, for instance, where I don't work in myself, I cannot teach. Yeah, so if I cannot love myself, if I don't know how to love myself, how can I love others? Imagine that we are a holy grail, okay? We are this beautiful bowl that is empty, but we keep offering water from that bowl to the ones in our life. Is that going to work? They're going to get close to you and they're even going to believe that you have something to offer them, but they will notice your bowl is empty sooner or later. So if you want to love others more and better, start with loving yourself. Now, a few tips on how to start loving yourself so that you can create the most brilliant, beautiful, and happy version of yourself in your dance and also in your life. The first tip I'm going to share with you in order to help you build a good level of self-love is something that you may not like. Most of us don't. I warn you. It is about setting boundaries, setting limits, knowing what we stand for, what our values are, and living by our values, and having the guts to say yes when something is aligned with our values, with what's sacred to us, and saying no when there are invitations, circumstances, behaviors that are not honoring who we are and what we believe in. For me, for instance, honesty is a value that I live by. If someone or something gets close to me with dishonesty, I set a boundary loud and clear. Not on my watch, not interested. No. This is a way of self-preserve. This is a way of self-respect. This is a way of standing your ground and affirming this is who I am, and in my world, this is how things are gonna run. As far as I can control, as far as I can predict, as far as I can shape, this is what I want in my world. So I'm interested in this, I'm not interested in that. I want to do that, I don't want to do that. I want to deal with this kind of behavior, of mindset, of speech, or I don't want to deal with that. It's not me, it's not aligned with who I am. So self-love is directly linked with self-respect. And self-respect does not exist without boundaries. Learning how to set them and affirming them and having the guts to displease people in order to set those boundaries and make them a reality, make them a physical reality in your life, it's something that you will need to tackle sooner or later if you want to love yourself more. Tip number 2 to help you increase your levels of self-love is one of the most basic things, but then again, we tend to forget the basics, right? Self-care routines. Creating the routines that your physical body needs to remain healthy, creating the routines that your emotional, your mental, and your spiritual bodies need in order to remain healthy and thriving. Now, I don't believe in universal formulas in terms of routines. I don't think there is a magical routine or formula that fits all. We are different people, different worlds, different realities. We do not lead the same day. We do not lead with the same difficulties, with the same environment, with the same circumstances. So I don't think what is a good self-routine for me is necessarily a good self-routine for you. So for me, a good basic self-routine is composed of yoga, meditation, drinking water in the morning, and of course, making sure I'm focused on my priorities in my career, in my family, in my intimate small circle of people that I love and that love me and know me in depth. I focus on those things daily in order to keep my body, my mind, my heart, and my soul thriving and strong and healthy. But that may not be what you need. So my tip would be to create a daily self-care routine that fits you, your dance, your life, your reality, your needs, and also be flexible to adapt that routine because days change and circumstances change and life changes. So a good self-routine today may not be a good self-routine within 6 months. So we have to learn how to adapt and also listen to our bodies, our hearts, our minds, and our souls, and ask ourselves consistently, what do you need? What do I need in order to remain healthy and strong and focused on what matters the most? Tip number 3, and the last one for this video on how to increase your self-love, your levels of self-love, is hopping off the comparison train. Now listen, I've said this a million times to my students, to myself, and it still isn't enough. Why? Because naturally we compare ourselves to others even if we don't want to. Especially now, we live in a globalized virtual world where we have access to the edited version of people's lives 24/7. Even if you don't want to, it's practically impossible not to have a part of yourself trying to measure up with the realities others are sharing. So I want you to claim your power back and to focus, then again, once more, on yourself, much more than you focus on what you see around you. By the way, take everything you see on social media with a grain of salt, because as I mentioned, these are most of the time edited versions of people's dance, people's lives, and people's reality. Don't compare your reality to another person's fantasy or edited reality, okay? Also, keep in mind that we are unique. This is a principle of self-love. It's owning our uniqueness and celebrating our uniqueness and allowing others to do the same. So I'm not supposed to look like you because I'm not you. Not because I'm better or worse. It's just because I'm not you. You're not supposed to look like me for the same reason. My dance is not supposed to look like the dance of this or that dancer because they're not me. I'm not them. It's as simple as that. It's not because I'm better or worse. It's because we're different. My life is not supposed to resemble anyone's life because it is my life. It is not theirs, and vice versa. So in order to grow and evolve from the group, you have to go back to the individual. Okay? You have to be able to bring your focus back into yourself, your dance, your reality, and give it your energy and assume that others are there to inspire you, to teach you, to guide you, but they're not there as a reference of how you should be, how you should dance, how you should live. That's not what the group and the collective is for. The collective is for support, is for empowerment, is for exchange, it's for communication, it's for a shared experience of humanity. It is not the standard that will dictate how you should be, how you should behave, how you should dance, how you should live. That's not what the global community that we are really, really building in this precise moment is for. I hope this video has helped you rescue a little bit of the strength and the clarity and the wisdom I know you have within. You deserve to love yourself, and you deserve to have all the love in the world in your cup so that you can share it with yourself and with others. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Turn the notifications button on so that you know every time I have goodies coming up. And don't forget to subscribe to Joana Saahirah's World newsletter. If you do, you gain access to exclusive gifts, inspirations, and content I only share with our people. All the information on how to do that, where? Right there in the description box below this video. I love you, and I will see you very soon. Until then, you're gonna receive my usual kiss. Mwah.